Hope you're doing great today. I'm Theresa, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about my book, Beyond the Battlefield. It's on Amazon now, and there's also ebook format. I'm really excited about how it's progressing and, kind of getting out there now. And I'm just hoping to continue to share more about it in hopes that more people can read it. So today I wanted to read a quote that I had read yesterday on a daily flip calendar of quotes from the Dalai Lama. And when I read this, it made me think about my book and kind of my intention behind the book. So I won't read the whole thing, but the very end says, "Peace in the world depends on peace in the hearts of individuals. This in turn depends on all of us practicing ethics by disciplining our response to negative thoughts and emotions and developing basic spiritual qualities." And when I'm talking about spiritual qualities, I'm not talking about religion per se. I think religion works for some people, and I think that's wonderful. For others, it doesn't. So it's not to say that one way is right or wrong. It's just really finding a way to live in the world that minimizes harm and emphasizes our connection with each other, this kind of spiritual quality of an interconnected nature. And so, this first part of the quote, when he says, "Peace in the world thus depends on peace in the hearts of individuals," this is what I'm hoping with my book, because my book shares 15 stories of military service members from different branches of the military, different experiences within the military. And in these stories, I highlight some of the challenges that these individuals have had to endure, whether it be in the face of combat or just having to live a pretty stressful life within the military, balancing out personal needs with maybe the needs of the Army or the Air Force or the Navy. So, these stories highlight things like depression and PTSD. They highlight suicidal ideation, sexual harassment, generalized anxiety, having to live with some of the things that maybe they've done in combat that they would never have to do in a quote normal situation. So, these stories are very heartfelt, they're very authentic, and highlight the challenges of military service. In this quote here, peace in the world depends on peace in the hearts of individuals. My goal was to bring in these tools of meditation and mindfulness to help bring about more peace within the lives of those within the military, because the things that they are asked to do are sometimes pretty, well, stressful is probably an understatement. They're things that they probably would never do on their own accord. And after the fact, there are sometimes regrets, and there's sometimes this really difficult challenge of integrating it all, integrating this experience into their day-to-day life. And so with mindfulness and meditation, these are foundational tools that allow an individual to reconnect with themselves, with compassion, with understanding, with acceptance, that, well, anybody in your situation would have done the same exact thing. So bringing this quality of self-compassion, understanding can help in integrating the difficulties from the past, the challenges from time in service, the challenges from time in combat. So, my goal is with this book is sharing these tools to hopefully bring about more peace within the individual, which then trickles out, if for those who are still serving, if they're in leadership roles, if they have more peace within themselves, they're a more peaceful, a more effective leader. If they're out of the military, it can trickle into their families, their friends, their social circles. So it's an inside job, right? Peace and happiness are an inside job, but it doesn't end there, because if you've done the inner work, then it oftentimes trickles out and has a positive impact on those that surround you. And, I've highlighted military service in my book, but these tools of meditation and mindfulness are universal and are beneficial for really anything that you're dealing with in life. And so, the other part of this quote, he talks about practicing ethics by disciplining our response to negative thoughts and emotions. So, disciplining the thoughts doesn't mean that we're pushing things away or that we're pushing away emotions. It's more like, how can I see my thoughts more realistically? How can I experience these emotions in my body in a way that is compassionate and understanding and skillful, and that ultimately leads to healing? And so in my book, I talk about a lot of the brain science behind how meditation and mindfulness can be effective in helping with the healing process following combat or following stressful experiences in the military. And my ultimate hope is that by bringing about peace within the individual, whether that's the individual soldier, the individual veteran, or maybe somebody who's totally unaffiliated with the military, but if they can bring about more peace within themselves, then there is that positive trickle out effect to ultimately bring more peace to our world. I hope you check out the book, and I will put the Amazon link here in this post. Have a great day.